So if you're in a relationship with a girl and you want to avoid making certain mistakes that are going to be detrimental to your relationship, then this is the video for you. So these are probably some of the mistakes I've made in past relationships, and I can tell you now from experience, these totally mess everything up. These are the reasons why a girl will break up with you. These are the reasons why your relationship's probably going to end if you're doing these things. So stick around, watch the video, and hopefully you can learn from it. So this is quite important, and I think it's often overlooked. And basically, you want to make sure that you're not spending all your time with her. Anything more than 2 to 3 times a week is probably too much. Once or twice a week is not too bad, but anything more than that is kind of getting to the point where you're probably going to get sick of each other. Things will more than likely turn stale. You're going to lose that mysterious element about yourself, so there's not going to be any mystery there. When you're apart, she's not going to be wondering what's going on, wondering what you're up to, because you're seeing each other so much that she hasn't had that time to miss you and just think about you, really. The thing is, when you spend too much time together, you stop appreciating each other as much, and it kind of impacts on the attraction. She'll probably feel less attracted to you because you're spending so much time together. Just make sure that you don't see each other more than maybe twice a week, especially if it's in the early stages as well. Now, you might have been in a relationship together for a long time, you might have moved in together, so in that case you can't really see each other less than twice a week. So what I would suggest is you probably have maybe once or twice every week that you see each other, or you have like maybe a date night or something. But while you're living together, you have to be able to maintain that space. So if you haven't got kids or anything, if it's just the two of you in the house, I would suggest maybe either you have like your own spaces, like you have maybe a spare room that one of you goes to, and maybe spend a couple of nights a week in there, just to maintain that distance. Avoid seeing each other too much, so spend time with your friends. Make sure you don't stop seeing your friends while you're together. Just have your own thing going on, and hopefully, things will be okay. This is quite a big one as well, and it's something that I didn't realise myself until fairly recently, and that's texting. In previous relationships, I used to be texting probably every day, and the problem with that is, again, you're not giving her something to miss, you're not giving her that space. You need to give her a reason to miss you. And you texting, you're not creating that absence, you're not creating that distance. And when you give her that distance, when you let her miss you, she appreciates you more, because you're not really connecting with her, you're appreciating her more. So when you spend time together, the time you spend is much better. So you just got to make sure that you're keeping that distance. This next one is, make sure you're not too emotional around her. You have to be sporadic with your affection and your attention. You can't be telling her that you love her all the time. You can't be showing your feelings all the time. You have to maintain that mystery about you. You have to have your own thing going on. You have to sometimes take a step back a bit, and you don't need to tell a girl how you feel. As long as you're showing it and being sporadic, it's not so much of a big massive thing. A little bit of affection isn't necessarily a bad thing. She'll probably appreciate that more. But like I say, it's about quality, and you've got to be sporadic with it. You can't just give it all the time, you've got to give it now and then. She's got to be able to wonder a little bit. I know it sounds kind of manipulative, it kind of sounds a bit messed up, but you have to be sporadic with it. You have to make her wonder sometimes. It sounds kind of messed up, but because you're letting her wonder slightly, she's probably going to appreciate you more, she's going to treat you better. For a start, she's going to be much more attracted to you because you had to get in a way. You have to almost keep her at an arm's length, because when you let her past that sort of boundary, you get complacent in the relationship, you get too emotional, you get too invested, and it comes across as really weak. You have to be able to find the right balance. We've got to make sure as well that you're not too cold with her. You've got to be able to show some emotion. If you're showing zero emotion, if you're pushing her away when she comes to you, you can't be doing that. You've got to be warm, you've got to be friendly with her. Just can't push her away, because when you push her away, that's when she starts thinking, okay, definitely don't feel anything for me anymore. And that's when she'll probably start pulling away herself. She'll probably stop wanting to see you as much. Even if you do have strong feelings for her, but you're pushing her away because you might have had a previous relationship where you were too emotional, and you're afraid that you show emotion that you're going to mess things up. I've been there myself. I know I've kind of learnt from these things, and I can tell you now, you don't want to be too distant. Be sporadic with your emotion. This next one's definitely quite overlooked, and basically, if you don't like something about your girlfriend, if there's something that bothers you, maybe it's the way she dresses, maybe it's the way she has her hair, whatever it is, maybe there's something about her that you don't like, and if you don't like that about her, and she was already like that when you got together, especially. That's a big one. Make sure that you don't try to change her, because when you do that, you come across as manipulative, you come across as controlling, and she'll start seeing you in a different light, and it's probably going to mess up the relationship. It's going to ruin the trust. If there's something you don't like about her, don't try to change her. It's making you not want to be with her anymore. Speak to her and just let her know. I'm going to be honest with you, it's something it's kind of bothering me. This is how I feel about it. I don't find it attractive, but I'm not going to force you to change. I'm not going to expect you to be something you're not, but I'm just letting you know how I feel, and I don't know if it's something that I'm going to stick around for. But yeah, the point is, if there's something you don't like about her, don't try to change her. She's going to feel like when you met her, when you fell in love with her, that's what we're there in the beginning, when you first showed your interest, and that's what you liked. Her mentality will be, you liked it then, why don't you like it now? And it's probably going to hurt her a lot. And the fact that you're trying to change her, it's just going to make her feel really insecure, and it's just going to mess her up. You just got to let her be herself. If it's not a big deal, unless it's like some serious behaviour issues, like she flirts with other men or something like that, and it's not something she's done before. If it's not such a massive thing, just leave it. Let her be herself. This next one is a really big one, and I think it's not something I've really done before. It's more something I've observed, and I think a lot of guys do this without realising, and that's forcing the relationship, forcing it to progress when it's not ready. See, women are the ones who like to progress the relationship. There's a saying that women are the gatekeepers of sex and men are the gatekeepers of relationships. What I mean by that is, if you want to have sex with a woman, well, it's up to her if that's going to happen. If a woman wants a relationship with a man, the man's got to decide that that's what he wants. So you've kind of just got to enjoy the fun, enjoy the moment that you're spending with her. Don't rush it. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. When she's ready, she'll bring it up and she'll ask you about it. If you try to lock her down, try to get into a relationship, especially if it's really early on, like we're talking before like 6 months or anything like that, she's going to feel trapped, and it's going to be a turn off to her. And this also goes for confessing your feelings as well. You don't want to go confessing your feelings to her, even if you feel really strongly about her. Maybe you can show her in little ways. The thing is, when you do this, you come across as weak in a way, and that kind of turns her off. If you've only been together maybe 6 months, I would keep it to myself. I wouldn't say anything. The chances are that if she really likes you, she'll probably have fallen for you by now, so she'll have already brought it up. If she don't bring it up within the next 3 months, that's where you've probably got to consider that she might not be into you as much as you thought, and maybe that's time for you to think maybe you should walk away. The point is, this can turn her off. And this is the last one, and this is probably the most important, and this is probably the most dangerous sign. This is probably the biggest sign that your relationship is in danger. When she asks for space, you give her space. If you ever hear those words, I need space, I'm telling you now, your relationship is fucked. You've either smothered her with too much affection, smothered her with too much attention, and it's kind of turned her off in a way, or you've done something that's messed with her head, you fucked her up mentally. You might have said something that's really damaged her, or you might have done something, you might have cheated on her, I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, things are not good. And whatever the case, if she says you need space, just give her space. Take this time to spend time working on yourself, spend time with friends, work out, eat healthier, take care of yourself more, do things that you enjoy, hobbies, passions, everything like that, and you just need to live your life as if you're a single man. I'm not saying that you go out and meet other women, I'm not saying you go out and sleep with other women, nothing like that. I'm just saying, take time to yourself, enjoy most of the freedoms of being a free man. Just be focused on yourself, that's all you really need to do. And what that's going to do, that's going to give her space, it's going to give her a chance to process that emotion, process that pain that you've put her through, or process that, say if you smothered her with affection, it's going to give her time to forget about that and appreciate it a bit, and she's going to miss you. Because she's missing you, she's already, in her mind, she's already seeing you as a stronger person. Because you giving her that space, that shows strength, that shows that you're mature, that shows that you can walk away when things aren't suiting you, and that's attractive to a woman. So you've just got to make sure that you give her that space. In this time, it could be a week, 2 weeks, could be a month, could be a really long time. I don't know how long it's going to be. But the point is, during this time, you don't reach out to her. Don't go liking her posts, don't comment on her posts, don't reply to her stories. This time is about you. Take this time to contemplate on what you might have done wrong. Work on yourself, work on your flaws, work on the things that you probably did wrong in that relationship. Just use it as time to improve and reflect. Let her come to you. She might reach out to you. If she does, then if she seems kind of happy to talk to you, if she's texting you and she seems like she's in a good mood, she's using a lot of emojis, she's really putting in that effort, then match that energy. If she's reaching out to you but she's a bit cold, again, match the energy. You've got to come across as relaxed, be mature, be strong. Just take a step back. When she's ready, she'll come to you. And because you gave her that space, because you gave her that time to miss you, she's going to feel a lot more attracted to you when she comes back. She's going to process what's wrong, and yeah, she's going to miss you. So that's all I've got to say about that. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure you leave a like and a dislike. Why not? It's free, costs nothing, helps me. Make sure you subscribe. Let me know if there's any problems in your relationship. Maybe we can get a discussion going. Maybe I can help you. Maybe there's something I've not mentioned in this video that I might be able to elaborate on. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. Thanks for watching. Bye.